possible detail from the topographic maps of Google and the satellite and the photographic views. So one other important, before we leave this, I want to tell one more thing. Sometimes like 40% of your planning will be also how to reach this place now, or how to exit from this place, right? Because here, as you can see, you're still like, here is your, I mean, this is State Highway 38 or something, Renigunta Kodur Highway. So you're still like, if you look at this, another 8 kilometers easily away from this highway, right? And there is no straight road through this village. So one important thing, I mean, one nice thing about Google is that you will also be able to nicely find an access road. So in this case, it's much simpler than the jungle, and it's all straight lines. So this is clearly here you can see a tar road. If I zoom in a little, so here you can simply follow the road, basically click, click. So this is also important because I mean you don't know the name of that village. Here, here we're crossing some canal to the next village. Click, voila, and here basically this is actually a railway line here. So here we're following the railway, crossing it, crossing the stream. So this is actually the stream that we're walking along, following the trail, boom, and there we reach the highway. Once we reach the highway, no need to trace because this is typically easy to find. So this is basically how we then will easily get out or get into the place. So I mean, one golden tip here is so maybe we could do this trail basically in two ways. We could start here or we could exit here. So typically, I mean, rule of thumb there is that you will typically start in the place which is furthest away from the highway. So in this case, it's actually Talakona, because here 2 kilometers. So this place is easily like 20 to 30 kilometers away from NH 205. And so this, I mean, you don't want to walk all the way back from here to here. So typically you will go with jeeps, drop you close to the mountain, and then here it's much easier. I mean, in case you don't get a jeep, at least you can walk this kind of stretch of 8 to 10 kilometers easily in 1 to 1.5 hours. So always kind of try to exit close to a highway so that you kind of can quickly exit the mountains. Okay, so and this is again a rough plan. I mean, as we do this 3-day trail, you will actually see that the campsite might eventually end up here or might end up there, depending on where actually, I mean, how fast the group proceeds, any slow people in the group, obstacles in the terrain and all that stuff. Okay, now let's take a look at some one of these army maps. So I'm gonna go to my global mapper. Okay, so the maps, again, army maps, like the Google Maps. Let me say this as done. Let's close Google Maps for a moment now. So these American and US Army maps are bitmaps. So if I open this, this is just a JPEG image. And okay, one nice thing about the maps is that there will be a latitude-longitude grid on top of this. And so I don't know if you guys are familiar with latitudes and longitudes. So just, I mean, very quickly, in case some of you are not familiar, let me just go to Google Earth. So every position on the globe is kind of uniquely identified by 2 coordinates, a latitude and a longitude. Let me just show you on a spherical globe how that coordinate system works. Let's just start Google Earth, which will give us a little bit of a 3D version of the world. Okay, so here we see the globe. Let's go somewhere to India here. Yeah, let's go to India here, and let me put north on top, and let me put, yeah, okay, let me put this a little bit like this. Voila. So here you see the globe, right? This is planet Earth. So So how do we identify our position now uniquely, right? How does these GPSs work? How are the maps calibrated? So every position on the Earth will get two unique numbers. So first of all, let us look at this globe in two ways. So you can follow the equator, right? So we have 40,000 kilometers to run around the globe. So the equator will be divided in, you can say 360 degrees, right? One circle is 360 degrees. So every line you see here seems to be 20 of those degrees, 10 degrees, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, right? They will start with 0 degrees. The 0 degree lines, when you go over the, along the equator, will be the line that goes through the Greenwich of Meridian here, which is basically London, right? So if we start 0 there, we go like 5, 10, 15. So if we go to India, we can see that India or Chennai here is somewhere around 80 degrees. Actually, to be precise, it will be around 78 to 79 if we go a little deeper. So we'll zoom in a little deeper in a moment. So like this, basically a position. So this is called east. When we go to the right of London, we will go up till 180 degrees east. When we go to the left of London, we'll go what we call west. So this will be called your longitude. Okay? So for example, America here, America is, say, here's some display, South America is a longitude 70 degrees west. The longitude of India is east 78 degrees. Okay, so that's